Well, the process of a divorce, when children are involved, well, it can get pretty ugly. It can also be very traumatic and damaging to the emotional well-being of a child, especially when one parent chooses to poison the mind of the child, who alienate them from the family. Carissa Siddell is a partner and family law attorney with Jaburg Wilk, and she's here to help us recognize the signs of this term that I have not heard until just recently, called parental alienation. Carissa, what is that exactly? What does that mean?
So parental alienation is pretty prevalent in high conflict divorces or high conflict custody cases. It is a set of behaviors or actions that's taken by a parent with the intent to manipulate or improperly influence that child's behavior or that child's relationship with the other parent.
So give me some examples. What would that look like?
Some examples would be allowing the child to view your text messages or your emails with
your
the other
nasty
parent.
ones.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. You know, the one where somebody accidentally says something that they didn't really want to say, and then they show that to the child. It's bad-mouthing the other parent. It's talking negatively to the other parent when the child is actually present, say, you know, during an exchange. Or it's also allowing the child to make an adult decision, such as you don't need to go to your father's or your mother's house.
Wow, okay. How does that affect the child in the end?
I mean, besides the obvious impact upon
Right.
that child's relationship with the other parent, it can have short-term and long-term effects. And some studies have actually shown that it can negatively influence that child's ability to form trusting, intimate relationships throughout their adulthood.
Absolutely. How do you know that's happening? How does the other parent know that, you know what, this could be a problem here?
So a lot of times the signs are very, very subtle, and a lot of times it takes a while before you start to pick up on those signs. One example is when your telephone calls are being monitored by the other parent. Another example is the child obviously says, I'm not coming to your house any longer, or the child stops taking your telephone calls altogether. Those are pretty extreme examples. But one of the smaller, less obvious examples is, say, you go to the soccer field, you're always at the soccer field watching your child, and where the child used to run up to you and say, hey, Dad, how are you? All of a sudden that child's sitting on the other side next to mom and not interacting or having any interaction with the other parent.
So if you suspect something like that is happening, what can you do about it? What should you do about it?
Well, a parent who suspects that there's some sort of alienating behaviors going on needs to bring it to the forefront, bring it to the court's attention as quickly as possible. Early intervention is the key. You're going to need specific court orders that make sure that you are going to have specific and ongoing contact with your child. As well, it's very advisable to get a forensically trained mental health professional involved for therapeutic purposes in order to make sure that that relationship doesn't get any worse.
And that might be part of the examples or the documentation. Is there anything that the other parent can be doing to help support their case if they do think that's happening?
Absolutely. I mean, keep absolutely clear notes of everything. Keep dates, keep times, keep photos, keep text messages, keep emails. Write down specifics, because a forensic mental health professional is going to want all of those sorts of specific behaviors in order to assess, is this actually alienation or is this something else that's going on? Because there are other things that could be contributing and it's not alienation.
Right, right. Gotta be careful what you do, parents. Carissa, thank you so much. Really good information. Of course, Carissa is a family law attorney with Jaburg Wilk, and you can find her and other family law attorneys at their location, which is 3200 North Central Avenue. It's Suite 2000, and they are in Phoenix. Here's the number to call. It's 602-248-1000. By the way, Carissa wrote a very detailed web article on this, so you can find it on our website, sonoranliving.com. You can also learn more at jaburgwilk.com.